Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That game was bad. Yes, sir. One of the worst watch games I've ever seen in my life. Yes, sir. Mm. Uh, for those who watch this game, I'll be honest, I did not watch this game. I seen a little bit of it, and I just seen the tail end of it just now, so I can see if the game was actually over, so I can actually like hit press record. That was probably one of the worst games I ever seen with my two eyes. Now, if y'all can remember, right? Do y'all remember that game about, I want to say the year before last, the very last game of the season? The Ravens played the Steelers at home, same exact weather conditions, like the exact same last game of the season. I believe that was Big Ben's last regular season game as well. It was at the bank. Did it go to OT? Did it go to overtime? I think it might have went to overtime. I'm not gonna lie. I low key think it went to overtime. Regardless of the fact though, Snoop was out there, looking terrible. Almost basically 2 years ago, or like the 2 seasons ago. Once again, Snoop was out there, and from what I seen, he looked. Now, granted, it was a wet, nasty, rainy, cold day and shit, freezing temperatures, and just nasty as fuck weather. Now, whoever was out there today in the stadium, I applaud you. Ravens or Steelers fans, I applaud you. My ass was in the house. Well, I was at work for a little bit, but I was not going to that fucking game. But I did go to the other game 2 seasons ago and was excuse me, and was actually there in person and seeing Big Ben's last regular season game before he got sent. His ass got sent home in the playoffs. But yeah, nobody was playing for the Ravens side. And they actually made this kind of a competitive game. Still probably one of the worst games I have seen in my own 2 eyes, but cause in fact, this is not what this video is about. This video is actually about what I believe will take place in the playoffs. All right, as I mentioned to y'all last week. If I'm not mistaken, since the Steelers won this game, I think the Steelers need the Jaguars to win tomorrow, or something needs to happen tomorrow for them to get into the playoffs. And I believe there's a scenario where the Dolphins beat the Bills and somebody else has to win, or I think the Bills would just lose and the Steelers will get into the playoffs. I don't know how none of this shit worked because my team is not in a wild card, so I don't have to worry about it. But basically, there's also a scenario where the Steelers makes the playoffs, and we could potentially see the Steelers in a divisional round, since they would be the number 7 seed, right? Which I wholeheartedly prefer. I would definitely prefer to play the Steelers than play the Bills. 1,000%. Oh, I would 1,000% rather play the Steelers than the fucking Bills right now. For sure. I'd rather play the fucking Steelers. So there's basically a scenario to keep the Bills out of the playoffs since the Steelers won. I am rooting for that scenario. Even though I basically rooted for the Steelers to beat the Ravens today, so that way the Bills don't make the playoffs. Not like we ducking smoke, not like we ducking Josh Allen or nothing. But let's just take the least path of resistance to the bowl. Wow, why don't we? That would be nice. Having said that, I will say this. basically the teams we could potentially play in the first round consist of the Steelers, the Browns, the Bills, the Colts. I believe also the Texans. Could the Texans? No. Could the Texans make it? Could the Texans be a while? No, I don't think so. Possibly. I could be wrong. I think there is a scenario where we could play the 4th seed, which would be AFC South, because we would play, because technically the 2 seed, which let's say the Dolphins was win, right? The 2 seed would be the Dolphins, so Dolphins will play the 7th seed. The Dolphins would then beat the 7th seed. Then the 3 seed will play the 6th seed, which is essentially the whoever the second wild card would be. Then the 4th seed will play the 5th seed. So the 2 seed, the first round wild card, 2 seed plays the 7th seed. The 3rd seed plays the 6th seed, and the 4th seed plays the 5th seed. So if the 2 and the 3rd seed was to win their respective games, along with the 4th seed was to win their game. So let's just say, I know it should sound confusing as fuck. Let's just say the 2 and 3rd seed, 2, 3rd, and 4th seed win their games. Then we would then play the AFC South winner. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So essentially, we would either play in the first round the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th seed. So there's a potential of 4 different teams we could play. We don't even know who these seeds will be until officially tomorrow. After tomorrow, we won't even know. But it's either going to be, like I said, shit, it could be the fucking Dolphins. It could be the Bills or Dolphins. It could be the Steelers. Could be the Colts or Texans. It could be fucking Browns. Like it's so many different teams it could be, bro. That shit is so fucking confusing. Who would I much rather play? Oh, I would much rather play the Colts. To keep it G real. That would be the dream first round matchup for us. It would be the Colts. Thank you very much. Gardner Minshew, I need that. Yes, Lord. I would definitely play Gardner Minshew at home. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. We need that. We need no get back anyway. I would say the rank from like who I would want to face the most, it would be the Colts, then the Texans, then the Steelers, then the Dolphins, then the Bills, then the Browns. The Browns is probably the only team that I would much rather not face in the first round. I'm telling y'all, man. Remember I said last week, I think the biggest threat to the Ravens in the playoffs would be the Cleveland Browns due to their aggressive, physical-ass defense and the fact that Joe Flacco is playing unbelievable. If y'all looked at every single sports show within the past week since the Ravens won that game last week against the Dolphins, who did everybody say was the biggest threat to the Ravens? Lo and behold, they said the Cleveland Browns. Lo and behold. Hey, man. Not saying I know everything, because I don't. I just know just a little bit about everything. Regardless of the fact, I'm glad that our guys got some rest. Our stars got some rest. I don't think it will be a case of 2019. I think we came out of this game injury-free. I did see Geno limp off at some point, but I think he's good. From what I've heard, Geno was good. Everybody was okay. But that's about it, man. Love each and every one of y'all. I'm excited for the playoffs. I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time. Love each and every one of y'all, man. Again, Happy New Year. Enjoy yourselves. Take the week off. Enjoy yourselves. Love each and every one of y'all, man. I will see y'all in a divisional round. Hopefully, I won't be ran. I'll probably cry. And I'm out.